Hello, everyone, and welcome to the start of the 2024 CFRL Cup Series season. Tonight, we are doing the 2024 CFRL Daytona 500. I am Ryan Harp, or Darth Kylo, and with me tonight is the 2023 CFRL Hall of Famer, JC Tirado. JC, how's
Hello,
it going?
everyone. You guys might remember me as Remix. It's going pretty good. I'm excited to be here. We have a really good race for you guys tonight. Pretty fast cars. I just watched the nine almost hit the wall, but he's pretty fast, and we have a good race for you guys.
Yeah, it should be a good one tonight. So, to give you guys a brief recap of the end of last season, the biggest stories were David Wessel and Michael Fox winning nearly half of the playoff races on fuel strategy. But obviously, the biggest headline from the end of last season is Michael Whitman in the number 9 Napa Chevrolet winning the 2023 CFRL Cup Series Championship after Tegan Jones chased him down but got taken out by David Wessel, who blew a tire on the apron trying to let the drivers go. So, after a crazy ending like that, JC, do you think that we are in for a season that's just as crazy this time around?
I think so. We have some bad blood. I do say so myself. I see Wessel with maybe a little target on his back for that. I remember being in the championship race and getting into a few wrecks, and I remember on the first start of the race next season, I would hold grudges.
And the ironic thing about that is uh, David Wessel is now driving for Stuart Haas, the team that is owned by
Mm.
Tegan Jones. So, and I'm pretty sure that they have uh, put that behind them, and they're just focusing on the season coming up, which it is a good mindset to have, don't you think?
Oh yeah, they're definitely having to get over that since their teammates. I forgot that he had switched over to the SHR.
And then, of course, a new season brings in some new faces, new places, and even some returning ones as well. So, and the interesting thing is, uh, there are a couple of drivers who had previously run Cup races, but then took a bit of a hiatus and are now coming back to either run part time or full time. And of course, Cameron Morris and a few others are among them. So, how does it feel, coming back to the Cup Series after a bit of a hiatus? What do you think is on their mind as they get back going here?
I'm sure Morris and I had the same feeling of like, am I going to perform as good as the last time I was here? As a hiatus can affect how these drivers drive, but honestly, I see this as an opportunity for them to show what they remember, show what they can actually bring to the table after taking a nice break. Sometimes all you need is a good hiatus to come back and actually win races back to back.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since Cameron Morris is also a Hall of Fame driver, and of course a good friend of this booth. So I bet he's ripping and raring to go tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see what he does.
And another, I would say, deep cut driver, as Michael Whitman pointed out on his various podcast episodes for the league. Jason Livingston is also returning to the Cup Series after a bit of a hiatus, which I'm sure again he's trying
He's a
to
legendary driver.
yeah, he's trying to shake off some rust as well, don't you think?
I mean, every time he's in a race, it's a fun race. Has good sportsmanship. He's fast. I think he's gonna fit right back in, no problem.
And I bet he will. And we still have a few minutes before the room opens up for us to join in. But let's go ahead and go over tonight's starting lineup for the CFRL Daytona 500 for 2024. On the front row is Bradley Domer Jr., who had a blisteringly fast lap time on Tuesday night with a 46.352, and Michael Fox, who is staying with Ganassi, but he is now driving the 42. David Wessel, the shootout winner, who's now driving the 41 for Stewart-Haas, and then Kevin Williams in the RCR number 3. 2023 Cup Series champion Michael Whitman starts in 5th, and Sebastian Padilla, the 2023 Cup Series Rookie of the Year, starts alongside him. Jared Haw, who's now running for Hendrick Motorsports in the 88, and Cameron Morris, the Hall of Fame driver, starting alongside him. Sal Zabala, the 2023 Midweek Series most popular driver, and Tegan Jones, the 3-time Cup Series champion, who's looking for a three-peat in the CFRL Daytona 500. Ryan Parsons in the SHR number 14, and Matt Connors, who is now joining the number 43 after leaving Hendrick Motorsports. Kevin Hall, the 2023 Midweek Series champion and a very good friend of the booth, and Kamal Wright in the SHR number 10. The previously mentioned Jason Livingston is returning to the Cup Series, driving the number 47, and birthday boy Spencer Boyce, who's still searching for his second career win. Anthony Peters, who's now driving the number 1 for Chip Ganassi, and Joshua Harris, a 4-time Cup Series winner. James Iaconelli, the 2023 Midweek Series runner-up, who is making his first full-time start here in 2024, and Thomas Murray, he just became a new father a couple weeks ago, and then rounding out the field is the number 16 of Michael Zartman Jr. So a 21-car field tonight, which is pretty large considering that it is a crown jewel race. What do you think stands out for you the most out of any of the drivers in our field tonight?
If you look at the top 5, they're all pretty close to each other. And Bradley, I'm sorry, but what the 46.3 is insane. He's going to be cooking the whole night. I think the drivers are going to have a tough time catching up to him if he keeps up that speed. And I'm proud to watch Bradley grow, especially after I gapped him a few times. I'm just kidding, Bradley. I love you.
In fact, the top 16 are separated by about 7/100ths of a second, or 7/10ths of a second. So, of course, it is a plate track. Of course, everyone's going to run in a pack the whole time. But considering that these were mostly single-car runs, and to have the top 16 separated by less than a second, you're going to be in for a competitive race. And of course, Bradley Domer Jr. also has the track record for the CFRL at Daytona with a 46.336. And if there's one thing that Bradley knows how to do, it's to go out there and put down the fastest lap as possible to give yourself a very good starting position. And
yeah, he's really good at poles. He's really good even in practice. He's always showing other guys the exact lane that they should be doing for qualifying. And I've also noticed that one thing he's not afraid to do is share with his teammates and share with fellow drivers, even if they're not on their team.
Our CFRL shootout here at Daytona on Wednesday night, and in case you missed that race, it was a very, very wild one, especially at the end, with David Wessel taking home the win, and once again on fuel strategy. So, would you say that David Wessel is like the master of the fuel conservation game? Because we kind of pointed that out at various points last season, especially with him winning those 3 playoff races on fuel strategy.
I think fuel strategy is a 50-50, and he's figured out how to make it a 75-25. Sometimes it doesn't work for him, but when it does, it does.
Yeah, very much so. And one thing that stands out to me is our midweek series champion and a very good friend of the booth, Kevin Hall, better known as Kevron. He's starting 13th, a little bit toward the back, but having raced with Kevron and knowing Kevron from doing these broadcasts for all of you, I think that he is probably like one of the biggest sleepers in this field to
Yeah,
charge his way to the
definitely.
front and make some noise.
I think it was maybe a strategy starting in the back. Being in the front early on is usually kind of tricky. You'd want to stay out of the trouble, but the trouble's usually towards the front. So maybe it's a strategy call.
Yeah, exactly. And another one that stands out to me uh, is the 2023 Midweek Series runner-up, and that is James Iconelli, who is driving the number 24 for Hendrick Motorsports after a very solid midweek campaign last season. He's starting toward the back, but of course, given that this is his first race in his first full-time season and his second Cup Series start overall, what do you think he's going to do for the race?
I think if he's a smart rookie, no, I'm playing. Not a smart rookie. If he's a smart driver, he'll stick to his guts. He'll pit when it's necessary and he'll stay out of trouble. My first Daytona, I was trying to be aggressive. I was trying to get up there early, and it didn't work out for me. I was always in trouble wrecking. So he has to watch the previous Daytonas and learn from other rookies' mistakes.
Yeah, and of course the best way to uh, get used to running these races, or hell, even trying to learn how everybody runs at all the different tracks, is by watching what they do and sort of taking mental
Yeah,
notes.
observing.
And yeah, of course it is a little a few minutes past 8, and we're still waiting on the go ahead to join in here. In fact, let me go ahead and pull up Michael's stream.
While we're waiting, let me check something out real quick. I'm
Hey,
honestly
gang.
excited to
We're
see
going to start
this
the race
whole.
at 10 after 8.
All right,
Sounds good.
10 after 8.
I'm excited to see this Tegan, Michael, JC whole chemistry. We have a bunch of fast drivers tonight. I haven't seen this in a while. Like when I was racing, there was about three really competitive guys. Now we have like 8, 10 good drivers that can be up there.
And I totally agree with that because I believe it was Ryan Parsons on the podcast episode just after our season finale last season when he said, this league has gotten like super, super competitive. And of course, Tegan, especially, Tegan and Mike, they're two of the best drivers in the field. And of course, you know, Tegan, of course, had a hold on the Cup Series last season, but it
Oh
was
yeah.
it was Michael Whitman that came away with the championship win. Unfortunate circumstances concerning Tegan, but it was a
Depends on who
very
you
strong.
ask.
Yeah, it was a very strong season for not only Tegan but Michael as well, and I bet their rivalry is more than definitely going to be renewed as we start the season.
I can't wait to watch it. Oh my god. Another thing I wanted to point out is SHR used to be, or not SHR, this league, sorry, used to be so, I guess, tiny, you could say, and now we have 21 drivers full time, I believe. And it's just impressive to watch just the, I guess, management that you guys actually grow this league. As long as the field keeps growing, we get more competitive drivers.
You better believe that. Uh, and of course, especially since now, stemming from the Cup Series, we have like 2 or 3 more different leagues that spawn from the Cup Series. Of course, we have the midweek series, which is the series that I'm in and am returning to for 2024. For the it's sort of like our equivalent of the Xfinity and Truck Series. A lower division of
Yeah.
the stock car portion of the CFRL. And of course, we also have our F1 series on F123 that we do. And of course, Michael Whitman won that championship as well, which is really cool to see. And so, yeah, we've pretty much ever since this league was established in 2017, it has grown like exponentially. I will say, especially now that we have not only stock car racing but open wheel racing as well. And
Yeah, that's amazing. I believe we have. Who's driving the 16 again? Is that Zartman?
yeah, the number 16 is being
That's
driven
cool.
by Michael Zartman Jr.
Sorry, I gotta readjust it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey guys, we're about to do a driver's meeting if you want to tune in to Discord.
All right.
Gotcha.
And now the drivers' meeting is getting underway.
Yeah, this should be an interesting drivers meeting. The first one's always the most exciting to me.
Yeah, and since you have a Discord chat opened up, you think you can put it on speaker and hold it up to the mic if you are able to?
Sure. Well, right now it's a bunch of nonsense. They're having
Yeah,
their fun.
yeah, yeah, they usually do have their fun.
But while we have some time, happy birthday, Spencer, and congratulations to who was it that had a child? I'm
That
sorry.
was Thomas Murray, aka Trainer.
I haven't raced with him yet.
Hmm.
Have we? Actually, a quick question for you. Have we ran a race?
Not that I know of.
Oh man. Well, now I gotta join. I want to race you. Let me check in on the drivers' meeting.
Not for a super speedway, no. That's, yeah. We can't say. Well, the reason why it's shorter is it lasts longer. See, 10 minutes at a speedway, 10 laps at a speedway is higher.
Wait, I think I can go ahead and get the drivers' meeting from Mike's stream since I have that up.
Somebody lags out, we back out, then we have to
There we
redo it
go.
all over again. We lose like 20 minutes. I'm just saying, I'm adding, it's a net time. I said net, so that includes the joining, all that, and then leaving, and then making sure everybody gets together, then somebody goes to get a drink, and then they pee, and then we're here.
Oh, the stuff you hear in CFRL race chat.
Mike just went to pee about 2 minutes ago, all right? Because y'all were taking forever. That is not true. Can we please start?
Can you imagine if these drivers had? Well, they kind of do. I was gonna say, can you imagine if they had full range to speak to each other during the race? But they do.
Yeah. And I can tell by the sound of Mike's voice, he's anxious. He wants to,
Yeah.
get out there and run this race and start his title defense.
Yeah, they're all excited. I hear them. They've got ants in their pants and they're ready to step on the
22
pedal.
total. Not everybody's racing, though. I think we'll have 20 racers, I believe.
So we're gonna have a car of 20 field.
I
20 cars
believe
in the hoops.
I believe we are. Hey, let me go ahead and pull up the Discord chat. And I have gotten the invite from Mr. Tegan Jones, but we'll go ahead and wait a minute until they get going here, and then we will join in. Now, of course, there will be 3 stages tonight for the CFRL Daytona 500. The first 2 stages are 20 laps apiece, and the final stage will be 40 laps. So, and we're looking about a 50% race, so that means we will run 100 laps. So, yeah, it should be a pretty fun race, I will say.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting watching Wessel push Bradley. Then you got Kevin behind Michael too.
And since I do have Michael Whitman's stream up, we will I will keep an eye on the lobby, see when we can actually go ahead and join in. But it is currently paused at the moment, as we are trying to get everybody who's running tonight in here. As the player count is 20 cars, so I believe one of these guys isn't going to be running tonight. Oh, I think they're going to try to start a new lobby. I believe something's wrong with the last one.
Sorry, guys. Clerical error. One moment, please. So yeah, we apologize for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes when you're trying to set up events in a game that is pretty much on its last legs at this point, you are bound to run into some issues.
I always say perfection takes time, so it's better not to rush.
Yeah, try telling that to Motorsport Games. Yeah, and those guys are pretty much on their last legs as well. And now it looks like the player count in the lobby has increased to 29. So it looks like we will have all 21 starters racing tonight. And yes, I do see the number 16 is in the lobby. So yes, he will be in. Now we're just waiting on 3 more.
It looks like we have 19 drivers in the lobby, so we're still waiting on a couple more.
They'll be back up soon. They're just having a few technical issues.
Yeah,
I
and
guess
that
some
is
drivers are stuck in the porta potty.
yeah.
I heard JC's taking a poop. That's what I heard. Someone go tell Mike to tip over the porta potty.
Well, I think we know our reasoning. Kevin Williams, or KLW, who is in the number 3, he is having connection problems, apparently. And that is according to Mr. Kevin Hall, Cabron. Well, another thing you could say is that we are under a bit of a rain delay, if you want to put
There we go.
put it at
Yeah, they're
that.
drying up the track right now. They got the blowers out.
Yeah, the Air Titans are taking their sweet time.
Just make sure Juan Pablo doesn't get in any cars.
Well, thankfully they don't really use jet dryers anymore. I mean, they still kind of do, but
Was it too soon for a Juan Pablo joke?
no, it's been almost 12 years. It's fine.
I heard every time he hears a fan, he flinches.
You know, I was actually at the 500 the year after the jet dryer incident, and then somebody behind me mocked Juan Pablo, and I think we are given the go ahead to join in.
You got the green light.
Yep.
Broadcasters can join.
Yep. He gave us the word. The champ gave us the word. Broadcasters can join. So we apologize for that brief delay, everyone. Because like we said, sometimes it's you do run into these kinds of problems when you're either racing or broadcasting up in the booth.
Yeah, errors are always expected, but finally we're back. We have a show for you guys. Well, let's see. I kind of forgot who's starting the pole. Bradley, that's right.
Yes, Bradley is starting on the pole, and well, right now the drivers are gonna go ahead and get in line, and they are gonna run a portion of this lap at race speed, just in case that there's like any lag or anything else that will cause them to start a new lobby. And it looks like they are going to be lining up here.
They're going to take a few laps to line up, I believe.
Yeah, and that's what it looked like. They going to take a little bit to line themselves up.
So I take it we are not going.
Well, while they were lining up, some of our competitors have gotten into a little bit of a pre-race scuffle with each other, so they're going to allow those drivers to come down pit road and repair the damage.
No fuel and no tires.
Yep, no fuel, no tires, just damage. It looks like Harris, Wessel, and Connors are all in, repairing damage. And now that we have everyone starting to line up, let me ask you, who do you think is gonna win tonight's race, JC?
If I have to bet my money on anyone, it has to be Mike. It's honestly a bias I have because I've seen him grow from not an incompetitive or uncompetitive driver, but from someone who was struggling to someone who can actually perform on these plate tracks. So I'm excited to see if he can prove his championship title.
And pretty much like what I said on Wednesday night's CFRL shootout, it's a plate track. It's anybody's game. Like, I don't really have like a definitive answer for that because, you know, plate tracks are it's anyone's game. Plate tracks are just such a wild card in not just our form of racing, but, you know, in real life NASCAR as well. But I definitely do think that it's going to come down to Stewart-Haas versus Hendrick. At least that's the way I see it, because they are the two most dominant teams last season, and I have a feeling that their momentum is going to continue into 2024.
It's ironic, that rivalry has never died. SHR and Hendrick.
And as we're going to take the green flag, Bradley on the pole, Michael Fox alongside. Green flag is out and the 2024 CFRL Cup Series season is underway.
We already have Bradley pulling away. Looks like they're already starting to form a line on the bottom line.
Yeah, Bradley has led the first lap, and already these guys are starting to form a line down on the bottom.
Yeah, now it's a game of whoever can hug it and not lose it.
Yeah, and it kind of started with two separate packs. Yeah, it kind of started with two separate packs, but now everyone is lined up single file for the most part, at least until like 7th or 8th on back. Oh, we got trouble already.
No, we're restarting the lobby. There's a lag out.
Oh, well.
I guess it's a redo.
Yep, a redo.
Backup cars for everybody. That's a whole lot of money down for the teams. Backup cars now.
But yeah, I think it might be raining down there.
Tower saying there was oil and debris on the track.
Well, a mix of oil, a mix of debris, a mix of rain, and a mix of Motorsport Games' incompetence.
Exactly.
And of course, as you've heard during our brief delay, and even our first attempt at the start, our good friend and driver in the number 37, the 2023 Midweek Series champion, Kevin Hall, or Kevron, he is also in this party, and he's kind of serving as our in-race reporter, giving us updates on what's going on with the chat, because normally we would have race chat on PlayStation, but because we have a larger field as we have, they have actually moved it to our Discord, because PlayStation chat only allows for a maximum of 16 players, so I mean, we have 5 extra, so to Discord we go.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to integrate Discord with the PlayStation parties.
I believe they already have. They just choose to use the normal app, which I'm totally fine with that.
Let me check in the driver chat and see. Give you guys an update.
And since it was a lag out, the CFRL rules does state that if a driver does lag out within the first 5 laps of the race, then they will go back to him and will basically start from square one.
I believe we were doing the Atlanta 500 now.
Well, I believe they just haven't changed the track yet. Besides, if I look at the schedule here, we don't go to Atlanta until February 25th. So, about a month and a half out, I would say.
Man, Atlanta's always an interesting race.
He's talking about fucking when we're going to Atlanta.
Oh man, I have to lower the drivers. The drivers are too loud, and they remind me of Kyle Busch. Let's see if we can get it going this time.
Of course, I am getting invites from the lobby, but not completely ready to join yet.
I'm just ready to. I just want to race.
Yeah,
I just want to race.
That has to be the sound clip of the night.
Yeah, I think we all just want to go ahead and get going, but sometimes there are obstacles that definitely are not in your control.
No, it's not. Don't fuck with it right now, dude.
Alright, so the lobby has been set up, and now we just need to wait for everyone else to hop in there.
You want me to? Invites too. Thank you for saying it. Matt, I will invite you. See, that's how you get something through to the admins. Okay.
All right, guys, you can come in.
All right.
Broadcasters can join. We are burning a lap.
The green light.
All right, so let's go ahead and try this again, shall we? Just going through the field here a little bit. And it looks like I think we're down to 20 cars instead of 21.
We have an engine failure?
Maybe. Oh, I think I know the driver who is not in here, and that is Thomas Murray, or trainer. So it is so he will not be competing tonight. So we will have a 20 car field. He was listed on the starting lineup, but apparently he either is having connection problems or he had other commitments. So, yep. Coming down to the start finish line. The green flag is out, and the 2024 CFRL Cup Series season is underway. Take two.
Take two.
And Bradley has led lap one. And now, like we said in our first attempt, there were a couple packs, but now everyone is in line on the bottom. And as we see, Michael Fox dropped all the way to the back. I don't know if he has a problem, or it could just be a strategy. You just know, hang out in the back and just wait for all the chaos to happen and then take advantage.
It's more than likely his safest bet right now.
And then he ducks back in line behind his teammate, which is the 22 of Sebastian Padilla.
I think the 13 car is having issues.
And that's the number 13 of Sal Zavala. Now, of course, he may be following that same strategy as Michael Fox, as he may be, you know, hanging out in the back and just trying to take advantage later. As we see the... And it looks like the 12 of Joshua Harris is going to join him. We're starting to see some guys take the top lane as in the early stages of this race. But I don't know if it'll work for them just yet, because as of right now, the only place they're going is to the back. But of course, again, they may just hang out in the back to as a strategy call. And as we see the 88 of Jared Haw doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think the cars that are going up on the high side, the drivers are taking that strategy call because they're watching their dice.
Yeah, because even if, you know, the drivers are running single file like they are for the most part, yeah, it is kind of hard to judge where everyone is on the racetrack. At least in terms of how close you are to one guy or how far behind you are from another one.
And that 2 card looks pretty loose up there. 14 put some pressure on.
Of course, the 2 of Cameron Morris, who is currently running in 5th. And now Bradley's looking on the high side. But he drops back in line. He's still your leader.
Some contact in the back between the 22 and a...
Yeah, it looks like the 22 or one of these cars back here.
I'm watching the 47-37. I think they have a good strategy. Lane back as 2 teammates and then just launching towards the front.
Yeah, the 2 JTG Geordi cars, the 37 of Kevin Hall and the 47 of Jason Livingston.
One car maybe helped them out.
It is the 1 of Anthony Peters. Oh, again, yeah, getting a little dicey here. And currently, they are on lap 8 of 100.
I believe 12 more laps before we have our stage.
I believe it'll be 12 laps now as they cross the line. As we ride along with David Wessel, who is currently running in 2nd place. He had, you know, he won the CFRL shootout, proving that, yeah, he had a very strong showing in that race, and currently running 2nd behind Bradley here. Yeah, especially if push comes to shove and fuel strategy comes into play late in the race. Yeah, the 22 of Sebastian Padilla and the 13 of Sal Zavala. And it looks like the 13 of Sal might actually be lagging back there. Yeah, right along with him, and he is surging back and forth and all over the place. So I think he... another reason why he...
90 laps to go. 90 laps to go.
Right, 90 laps to go. according to our good man Kevron. Yeah, and I think another reason why Sal may be hanging out in the back is because of his lag, and he doesn't want his disruptions to impact anyone out front. And way on in the back, a full straightaway behind the main pack, is the 7 of Spencer Boyce and the 16 of Michael Zartman Jr. Now, of course, he said that there are guys wanting to hang out in the back, you know, just to be safe in case there's any major incidents. But I think Spencer and Michael are, you know, like really in the back, and they're probably waiting for a caution to catch back up.
Yeah, and I see them, they keep peeking up on the high side. I think they're looking for a good run. I just don't think the high side's going to work this early, especially since no one seems to want to go up there and commit.
And another driver that has lost the main pack is the 47 of Jason Livingston.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. He was up there running with his teammate 37.
We do have about 8 laps to go until the end of stage 1. So he's probably just riding around in the back, you know, waiting for that caution to end the stage to catch back up. Meanwhile, the 13 of Sal, you know, he's been having those issues with lag, but well, from the looks of it, from what I saw earlier, he was hanging out with the main pack, but now he's dropping back as well. And Bradley is still your leader. In fact, pretty much I would say the top 6 or 7 has remained unchanged since the start of the race.
It's been pretty stable in the front, which you don't see very often. A lot of switches, leader changes. Maybe another breakaway here, I see.
Oh, we got
7 in the grass.
Yeah, the 37 of Kevin Hall. I think he may have gotten shuffled.
Yeah, there's 2 HMG cars that are out of the main pack.
As we are riding along with the one of Anthony Peters, who is running in 8th. And of course, he was one of those guys who started toward the back of the pack, but as you can see here, like, he's running in the top 10. Like, he's made his way up through the field pretty well.
It's been interesting to watch him. The 88 and the 1 have been pushing each other and helping each other get up there.
And while they are not teammates, they are both running Chevrolets, and of course, you do have that manufacturer alliance as well, which is a common practice that we see in plate races, not only on here, but in real life.
I think that's Matt Connors right behind the 24, so yeah, that's 4 Chevys.
Yep, the 43 and Matt Connors, and he's under attack from the 12 of Harris, but he jumps back in line. Yeah, but is yeah, and for a little bit, Matt Connors was looking to the inside of James Iaconelli in the 24. They got, and of course, 8th through 11th, all Chevys. Oh, looks like Harris is trying again on the high side.
Contact back there between, I think that was the 10 and the 22.
Yeah, the 10 and the 22, and it looked like Michael Fox might have been involved in that as well, in the 42.
so that broke up that attempt, but looks like Sebastian Petilla is going to hook back up with his teammate. Oh, and it looks like Bradley's running the high side, and that's going to allow the 41 and David Wessel to take the lead. You think he could be dropping back because of a strategy?
I'm not sure. It's a little too late to save fuel if you've been running up in first place this long.
Yeah, there could be a fuel situation as we approach the end of stage 1.
Could be trying to save fuel. Giving away a very valuable playoff point.
Yeah, and if things hold steady now, the 41 and David Wessel will get that playoff point.
Oh, we got the 4 car looking high. 40.
Oh, it looks like, yeah, we got 2 of the Stewart-Haas cars trying to make a move up high.
88.
We're riding along with Ryan Parsons. Well, at least they tried to get an outside lane working, but it looks like it's not working quite yet. We're coming up on lap 20. I believe this is the last lap of the stage, but we shall see if they slow down once they get to the line. And it looks like Tegan is trying to get that high lane working again, but he has no help up there.
Stage is between lap 25 and 26. We're going into lap 21 right now.
All right, all right, so that you heard it here first. The stage is actually lap 25 to 26. So we still got some racing left. Well, we are still late in the stage, as there may have been a little bit of contact between the 48 and the 14. And that's going to shuffle the 14 of Parsons all the way to the back. Unless he can find a spot in line, which he does, behind his teammate, which is the 4 of Tegan Jones. Oh, looks like Tegan's making a move on Anthony Peters. Again, no help, so he drops back in line. And it looks like he does. And Parsons will follow him. And so will the 88 of JB, or Jared Haw. And the two of the Penske cars of Harris and Sebastian Padilla. Yeah, if there was a time to try and get a high lane working, now would be the time, as the third Penske car of Cameron Morris now jumps up high. As we ride along with him. But it looks like the low lane is still holding firm. Well, now the high line is starting to get some movement.
More cars in the area. Everybody come up.
Yeah, that's another thing about plate tracks. If you want to try to make a move on the high side, like, you're going to need help, and a lot of it, and that's what we're seeing here.
6 on top, 7 on bottom.
As now we have 2 laps to go in the stage. The pits are closed.
They're going to have to keep it together. They can't keep
out like that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's one thing to have help, but it's another if they're all jostling. You do have to stay like hooked up in a straight line in order to capitalize on the draft. And it looks like KLW blocks Cameron Morris up high, and that's going to allow Tegan to drop down low and Harrison the wall. Come to the last lap of the stage one.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate for those drivers working hard in that top lane.
It looks like they're trying the high line again, this time with Tegan Jones up high with James Iconelli following him. And Parsons joining in. It looks like Bradley side drafting there. 3 wide for third. Oh, Tegan in the wall. And David Wessel will win stage one.
That 48 car, I mean, there's quite a lot of contact. They might have some damage to things.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Forward car took a few, I think 2 hits to the wall. I know Tegan's frustrated. He was trying real hard for that.
Yeah, and especially that little stack up on the high lane with 2 to go in the stage when they all tried to make a run up there. Like he had to pretty much avoid disaster by going down low.
He's pretty good at avoiding it, but there's only so much you can do as a driver.
And currently he is running in the 9th position. And it looks like there's somebody out there who's run out of gas. And it's the 7 of Spencer Boyce.
But good job to the 41 car getting that playoff point.
And Tegan will go ahead and give him a push on the pit road. As, speaking of which, the pits are open.
You know, that's sportsmanship. I've got 3 cars pushing 1. Lightning McQueen style.
Nah, he's giving him a bit of a bump draft. And since everyone has come in, more than likely everyone will take 4 tires and fuel. And it is Matt Connors that has the first pit stall. And it looks like Michael Whitman is the first car off pit road.
Believe?
No, wait, it's actually Wessel that was the first car off of pit road. My apologies. Sometimes, I mean, it looks like it could go one. Yeah, it looks like it's going one way, but it turns out it's going the other way. So Wessel will retain the lead, followed by Michael Whitman in the 9. The 1 of Anthony Peters, the 3 of Kevin Williams, and the 43 of Matt Connors. Your top 5.
See, if I'm the 41, I'm nervous. You have a bunch of Chevys around you, and your nearest Ford is a Penske.
And it looks like they are doubling up here, and we are using the choose rule, where you can start in pretty much any lane you want. And Spence.
Interesting.
And it looked like Spencer Boyce might go around and get his lap back, which he will. So we are going to run another lap under caution, so that way Spencer Boyce can catch back up.
He is the birthday boy, so we'll give him extra time. It's okay.
Well, of course, in all seriousness, it is not really his birthday. We just like to say happy birthday to him every day. Because
It's his birthday. I don't know.
it is the league meme of last season.
I didn't hear that. It's still his birthday.
Yeah, what am I talking about? Happy birthday, Spencer. It looks like we have 3 more cars on pit road, probably coming down to top off. It is the 4 of Tegan Jones, the 47 of Jason Livingston, and the 13 of Sal Zavala. And I think with the tire and fuel consumption that we are running, it may be a good idea to come down pit road and top off.
Yeah, getting more fuel is never a bad idea. You're not going to get a push every time. Can't forget that.
And we are going to be taking the green flag this time. The 41 of David Wessel in a sea of Chevys, but he does have a Ford behind. He does have a Ford behind him, and that is the 2 of Cameron Morris, who is 3rd on the high side, 6th in line.
Stage is 50 to 51. 50 to 51.
Got it. So, there you go.
All right.
We had 5 Chevys on the inside.
Yeah, and that's 50 to 51, so it'll be a 22 to 23 lap stage. The green flag is back in the air.
That was a bad start for the 9 car.
Yeah, and a bad start for the 3 as well.
That top line is going to want to tuck in as soon as possible.
Yeah, Kevin Williams and Cameron Morris are the only 2 cars up high. But it looks like Tegan might join them. But since doesn't have their draft, he drops back in line. Oh, contact between the 1 and the 3.
Not sure if the 9 checked up or if the 1 just ran into the 9.
Yeah, the 3 and the 2 are still hanging tough on the high side, and now they're starting to get that second line going, and there's contact between the Connors and the S'mores. And there's even more contact back there. But everyone keeps it straight.
That 12 car has to make sure he keeps the draft. Yes, got it.
And Cameron Morris is dropping back to his teammate of Sebastian Padilla.
Yeah, the 9 and the 41 are cooking. Michael's a really good person to have behind you pushing.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it looks like the Highline is trying to get going again. But again, there's just not enough momentum up there to keep the draft going. And so Jared Hall will slip back in line. And the 37 of Kevin Hall's up high. Yeah, Harris is still up there. Oh, a little contact between the 3 and the 16.
The 3 and the 12 on the outside.
And from the looks of it, the top 7 have broken away, but it looks like that second pack is coming up. And look at Michael Zartman and Jared Hawes. They just blast by on the high side.
I haven't seen the 16 up there in quite some time.
Again, the 88 tucks back in. That's going to leave the 16 of Michael Zartman out to dry.
Keegan keeps looking for a way up there. We've got the 2 and the 12 and 10. Keeps looking up high.
And Tegan won't let the 16 in. The 7 won't let the 16 in. The 10 won't let him in.
Not a whole lot of teammates for the 16 car.
I believe that 16 is a single car team.
Oh, but a bit of contact there.
Well, it looks like Jared Hawes leading the charge on the high line again. He's trying to side draft the 42 of Michael Fox and the 43 of Matt Connors.
If only, the yellow flag.
Caution is out. It looks like a multi-car wreck involving the 2, the 22, the 37.
I think the 16 as well.
Yeah, it looks like the 16 was involved as well. Caution is out. This will be the race back to the line. Oh, Michael Whitman goes up high. He had a run on Wessel, but it looks like it's going to stall out. But he has the Chevrolet teammate, if you will, of the 1 of Anthony Peters coming up.
9 to 48 from the line with the 43 and the.
Yeah, but Wessel still holds on to the lead. In fact, Michael Whitman will cross the line in 3rd. I believe this may be a little bit of a practice for the end of the race.
It'll be interesting to see who gets fuel, who doesn't. I believe everyone's going to have to bid.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone will have to get fuel, especially the 3 drivers that topped off on the stage break.
So I believe they will be going an extra lap before they pit.
I mean, that would make sense to allow everyone to catch back up with the pack, especially since there were quite a few cars that were running in the back.
I'm going to stay in the pit, I believe.
And it looks like pit road is open. And it looks like Anthony Peters has stayed out. Yeah, the 1 of Anthony Peters has stayed out. So is the 9, the 48, the 43, the 42, the 4, and the 12.
That might be a winning strategy right there.
Or at least a strategy to get them.
Stage win.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, that, I was about to say, it's a good strategy to try and get that stage win.
Can't win the race before it's even ended. I'm watching this pit lane exit and 2 cars still there. 27 still in. 16 out.
Yep, the 2 is still in, so we probably had some extra damage to repair. And the 16 of Michael Zartman Jr. is going to get his lap back as he is the lucky dog. Either that or he's taking the wave around.
So what are the grass? I believe that's a 47.
Oh, it looks like he's in the pits on my screen. Now, this may be a similar situation to what happened on Wednesday, where the 88 of Jared Haw was in the pits on my view. But in actuality, and as I was looking at Mike's screen, he was actually still on the track and competing for a win. So I don't know if it's that, or if he lagged out, or what have you. But that is something to point out. Because from the looks of it, everyone is still out on track, so it may be a bit odd to see one last car out there, even though in actuality it's the whole field. And it looks like they're
over to the back.
Looks like everyone is stopping on the backstretch here. I think someone
Their socials.
I think someone may have been ghosted.
There's several guys got ghosted. We're trying to fix that right now. Yep.
So yeah, I called it. I said one guy was ghosted, but apparently several other guys were ghosted. So when that happens, everyone stops, so that way everyone is ghosted, and then they move forward to get themselves solid again.
Gotta love motorsports games.
Exactly.
Yeah, I switched over to iRacing when I left this league, and I always asked Mike if he could just move the whole league over to iRacing. I know it's expensive, but it'd be interesting to watch.
Well, of course, iRacing does have the license to make the NASCAR games now, so we shall see how they do, how they do with it. As everyone has doubled up once again, the green flag is in the air and we are back underway.
62 laps to go.
Oh, and Kevron, while you're still in here, a quick question. The 47 is still in the race, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so because on my screen he's on pit road still.
And
that happened Wednesday night in the shootout with Jared Haw.
Middle of this mess, or 43, I'm sorry. But
Yeah, the
Egan pulling on the high side.
Yeah, it looks like
organized up there.
Oh, we got caution is out for a lag glitch, and it looked like the 24 of James Iaconelli and the 37 of Kevin Hall have been involved in the wreck. So that means the caution is out once again.
Yep. And JB.
And Jared Haw as well.
Fords can pull that off again. They could probably be past these dominating Chevys.
Yeah, especially now that they might get hooked back up together here unless they come down pit road again. Which I probably don't think we will, considering that we just had a caution. But of course, you never know. The drivers who didn't come down pit road the first time, they might come back again.
I believe that would be the one car didn't go in. The 4 didn't go in, Tegan. Mike didn't go in.
Do we have any takers?
I don't think so.
Oh, looks like we got a few guys in the back.
A few fakers too.
Led by Harris. Well, obviously, 37, the 88, and the 24 are on pit road to repair the damage.
I think we're gonna have the 16 out of pit road.
Yeah, I think he might have. I think he might have taken fuel only. And here comes the rest of them off of pit road. And they have come in to repair the damage from that lag wreck. And they have doubled up here. So we are going to take the green this time, and it will be with 9 laps to go in stage 2. So if you thought the end of stage 1 was wild, get strapped in for the end of stage 2.
It only gets crazier from here, I think.
It typically does.
Now look at the drivers on the high side. It's going to be Tegan, it's going to be the 41 and the 48. Those 3 have been cooking, so they might be able to pull something off.
And we shall wait and see. As they're in the Geico restarts.
Pretty rough start for that 4 car.
Yeah, but the inside line got a great jump. Looks like they're doing a little bit of shuffling back there. Oh, a little bit of contact back there. Oh, we got it. We got more trouble in the back. The 22, the 16.
Wreck right there.
Yeah, huge pile up. The 22, the 16, the 48 of Bradley. Looks like caution is out once again. And it looks like the 10 of Kamal Wright will take the lead.
Wow. Well, that's a lot of damage for some really competitive cars.
Well, the Fords were able to get that high lane working at the right time.
Harp, I apologize, buddy. The end of stage was changed to 51 to 52. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Looks like they have added an extra lap, so now it is 9 to go in the stage.
Yeah, where we had to stop and have everybody ghost, we added a lap to that. So, yep, 51 to 52.
All right, so now it is currently 9 laps to go in stage 2. And of course, considering that, like, cautions breed cautions, I don't think we're going to see everybody come down pit road. Or there may be some people that will, fake it, but I don't see everybody coming down all at once.
I don't think pitting right now would be necessary for them.
Oh, we got a few in the back.
37 down here, the 13 and the 22 pitting.
Well, obviously they have to come in to repair the damage.
16 following.
Yeah, especially Bradley. Like, he was definitely up there, but got shuffled to the back, and that's what led him to get involved in that pretty big wreck on the backstretch.
That's pretty unfortunate. It's a driver that might get you down, but you gotta keep it pushing.
They still have like an entire half of a race left, so there's definitely still time to catch back up there.
So what's the front row looking like right now?
The front row is the 10 of Kamal Wright and the 14 of Ryan Parsons.
I believe the 10 chose the high lane, right?
He did. Because you know who's behind him? His two Stewart-Haas teammates of Tegan Jones and David Wessel.
We're gonna see if they tuck in those Stewart-Haas cars. Stewart-Haas cars, sorry.
As we're coming to take the green flag with 6 laps to go. Or should be, yeah, it should be 6 laps to go in stage 2. Or it could be 7 laps to go, apologies. Green flag's back out. Let's see who wins stage 2.
14 might be holding up a low lane on purpose there.
Yeah, to let his teammates take the lead on the high side.
Not sure the one car is happy about that. He's pushing him. That's sure gonna get a few drivers on their bad side.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like the 3 of the Stewart-Haas cars have cleared. So it's
a lot of teamwork from the Chevys now.
So all 4 of the Stewart-Haas cars are running in the top 5.
He's got the 1 with a little bit of contact from the 9.
And we're at lap 46, so it is 6 laps to go in stage 2. And everyone has gone single file here, but I don't think that will last very long. And now with the Stewart-Haas cars leading, the Chevy cars are probably thinking, like, what just happened? We were just leading the race, and we got shuffled.
They're probably strategizing now. How are we going to pass these guys? Who's going to lead the charge? Got the 7 up there. Just following back.
Yeah, the 7 of Spencer Boyce. He ran out of gas earlier, but he's running in the top 10 as of right now.
We've got the 48 of Bradley looking outside.
Looks like KLW got shuffled out by Ryan Parsons, so now that means all 4 Stewart-Haas cars are running 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bradley saw the future, and I guess he got down.
So it's 4 Fords and 5 Chevrolets, or 6 Chevrolets in the top 10.
They've got the numbers, now they just got to move it. Oh, we got the 9 looking outside.
He's trying to get some help from his fellow Chevy drivers, but he falls back in line. Now they're starting to shuffle from about 7th on back. Oh, we got Matt Connors down low. Oh, contact between Anthony Peters and Spencer Boyce. He comes back up, and we got another huge wreck. The 1, the 42, the 7.
Oh, those going on?
the 2, the 13, the 16. The caution is out once again, and that might end the stage. We have 3 laps to go in stage 2. It looks like David Wessel's trying to make a move on the high side. 3 wide for second. Mike in the middle, Wessel in the wall.
Oh.
And it looks like Kamal Wright will hold on to win stage 2.
It worked out for Stuart Haas, I see.
Well, not for David Wessel, because he did try to make a move up high, but he got bounced around into the wall.
This is going to be the end of the stage 2.
And yep, that is the end of stage 2, and Kamal Wright has won it, with Tegan Jones second, Ryan Parsons in third.
Pretty nice.
It looks like
10 car actually wins the stage.
And Bradley Domer Jr., who was in that backstretch wreck a couple cautions ago, he's worked his way back up to 4th place. And then you got the 9 of Michael Whitman running in 5th. Of course, pit road is open this time. And now I suspect everyone will come in.
Yeah, of course. Now it's definitely time to come in and get everything.
And yep, everyone has come in. We're going to look at the pit stops from Matt Connors' view, since he does have the first pit stall. And it'll be easier to tell who beats who off of pit road. Well, that is if the camera that I'm looking at him with doesn't go crazy. And it looks like Spencer Boyce is the first car off of pit road.
I wonder what strategy he took. 2 tires?
Maybe. Maybe 2 tires, maybe fuel only.
Well,
16 of Michael Zartman coming out.
The 7 car is choosing the inside.
And Kamal Wright drops back to 3rd on that series of pit stops.
Pretty unfortunate for Wessel.
Well, of course, we have crossed the halfway mark, so yeah, there's still plenty of time for these guys in the back to work their way back up. Getting awfully quiet down there, coming off of turn 4 as we get ready to start the final stage and pretty much the second half of this race. The green flag is out and we are back underway. Spencer got a good jump on that restart.
A few cars are betting their money on the high side. They had the chance to tuck in, they didn't.
Well, it looks like Spencer's under attack from Tegan Jones and Kamal Wright as they're going to work together on the high side to take back the top spot. But Spencer's going to have some help from Michael Whitman on the low side, as well as the other Hendrick teammates. But that high lane has really gotten going now, as Tegan Jones has asserted himself into the lead. And he's got two of his Stewart-Haas teammates behind him.
I think that 7 car is like a rock right now.
Yeah, pretty much holding up that bottom line. But yeah, the big reason as to why the high lane was able to work was because Spencer was pretty much a sitting duck on the low line.
If he's playing the fuel strategy, I don't think getting in front of everyone was in his favor.
You know, he's trying to make the low lane work by himself, but he gets back in line up top. Now for the first half of this race, it was pretty much the low line working, but now we're seeing the high line be the preferred way around.
Looking at the 12 and the 37, trying to make that low side work. Again, they just can't make it stick.
Okay.
A little bit of contact with Spencer in the 2.
Oh, we got another wreck in the back.
Oh, hard in the wall.
It is the 2 of Smoris, the 16, the 88. James Iaconelli's on pit road. And it looks like the caution is out. So this will be the race back to the line. And the 3 Stewart-Haas cars are still hooked up.
Oh, 43 pushes the 41.
Yeah, but the 14 still holds on to the spot. It looks like the 13 of Salvador Zavala has lagged out. Or wait, could it be like another car that's on pit road but is actually still in the race?
No, I believe he had an engine failure.
Because I do have Michael's stream open for reference, and I don't see like any pale white dot on the track map on pit road.
Hey Darth, which guy are you talking about?
Talking about the 13 of Sal Zabala.
Yeah, he's been having major lag glitches all race, but he's still in it.
Okay. So once again, like with Jason Livingston, another car on pit road, but is actually still in the race.
Wow. I think the big issue with that restart was the 7 car. I mean, he just kind of messed up everyone's race, and I hate to say that, but I watched him go down through the field, and everybody pretty much made contact with him once.
And it looks like we got quite a few takers on pit road.
Pretty much everyone.
Pretty much everyone, yeah.
I hope no one does the no tires, no fuel. Or, sorry. Just fuel, no tires.
I would be surprised if somebody actually did do that. Looks like Tegan's the first off.
Got Michael behind. Oh, looks like some contact back there, right on the... Looks like the 4 is opting to stay on the outside lane.
But of course, Michael Whitman's the first car on the low line. He's got 2 Chevrolets behind him. So I'm surprised that Tegan made this move to the outside. But I mean, he does have a teammate behind the 42 of Michael Fox.
You might see some cooperation between the 4 and the 9.
Well, they may cooperate at the present moment, but again, once we get to the end of the race, they're gonna be fighting like hell for that win. Yeah, and the gloves will be off. Looks like we're going to be coming to 43 laps to go in the 2024 CFRL Daytona 500. It says Tegan Jones up high, Michael Whitman down low, green flag. And it looks like Tegan got a great jump on the restart.
Pretty impressive start by Tegan. He is leaving his 2 teammates on the high side.
And Michael Whitman's going to tuck in behind. And Kevin Hall behind him.
You suck up in the back.
But everyone keeps it going, though. Got the 42, the 48, and the 7 trying to make the high line work. But they're just going to drop down to the back. We are riding along here with Kevin Hall, who is running in 3rd place behind Michael Whitman and Tegan Jones, the 2 big championship rivals of 2023.
There's someone out of the race. That is JC out of the race.
Well, I'm not entirely sure because, again, he's on pit road on my view, but he may or may not be still in the race. But
JC Live blew an engine.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. So, yeah, JC is actually out of the race. Oh, it looks like we got contact between Spencer and Bradley in the back.
That's pretty stable if the Michael Cassini want to go on the high side. I have a few Chevys up behind them that could help him.
But do they want to risk going up high at this point?
That would leave room for the 10 to work his way through.
Yeah, and that's probably why they don't want to make a move on the high side right away, because, I mean, if they do that, you're just going to allow the Kamal Wright to work his way back up to his teammate.
And I believe Kamal has the 22 and the 14 behind him.
So not only that, you have 3 additional Fords behind them, 3 or 4 Fords, as a matter of fact, so yeah, the 3 Chevys trying to work their way up high, like, it will not work at this juncture in the race. Now everyone's single file. Oh, we got somebody in the wall in the back. And it's the 16 of Michael Zartman Jr. So he might have gotten shuffled by one of the cars in the pack. But it is a one-car incident, so we stay green. We have Tegan Jones still leading the way. We have one car up high, and that is the one of Anthony Peters. He's dropping to the back to his teammate.
Right now, no moves being made.
Well, I probably wouldn't make a move at this point. We got the two of Cameron Morris. He has some momentum on the high side in the back, and he does have help from the 42 of Fox. But I don't know if it'll go anywhere. Don't have enough help, and not enough momentum. Oh, we got Jared Haw on the apron for a brief moment, and now he's back on track. Yeah, looks like they are. The 88 of Jared Haw and the one of Anthony Peters. Well, I know Jarrett has caught up to the pack, but looks like Anthony Peters is going to be left out to dry here unless he can catch up. Or Jared Haw might be dropping back to pick Peters up. That way they can try to make a charge. And yes, those two cars have rejoined the main pack. And in 24, the rookie of James Iconelli, he has definitely lost the draft. He's running all by his lonesome. And up front, it is still Tegan Jones. Followed by the three Chevrolets of Michael Whitman, Kevin Hall, and Matt Connors. Are all still single file.
Yeah, it's been a smooth sailing for now.
As we are coming to 32 laps to go. Yeah, and maybe smooth sailing now, but yeah, definitely give it I would say about 20 laps, and then things are going to start to get crazy.
Let's see if someone decides maybe that 22 car. I see Big No Nose up there.
And they might be trying to size up a move up high, but of course they are going to have to get some help in that.
Right now, it doesn't look like the 3 and the 48 are going to go with these, the 22 and the 41.
Well, do you think they could be sizing up a move on their own?
Oh, I believe that is Spencer in the grass. Oh, a little bit of contact with the 2 into the wall.
Yeah, something happened to Spencer Boyce. Maybe a little bit of contact with another car, but it looks like he has lost the draft. Yeah, something happened with Morris as well. Now they're starting to stack up in the back.
They keep it up there, losing that draft.
Now, of course, it is that one big pack, so they could easily catch back up to it. And Ryan Parsons leads that second pack with the top 5 breaking away. Yeah, but it is a top 5 breakaway with Deegan Jones, Michael Whitman, Kevin Hall, Matt Connors, and Kamal Wright.
I believe they have around 8 to 10 cars. Is that 9 cars?
I believe it is. Yeah, it's there are 9 cars in the second pack.
They keep it up, they can catch up. They're just gonna stick to the one stable lane. I see them moving around a little bit too much. Yeah, they're definitely catching that lead.
Oh yeah, they are definitely catching up. But I do not expect any of these cars in the second pack to make any sort of major moves. They feel it's safer just to tuck behind the top 5. And yes, they have caught up. Yes, they have caught up. Yeah, the 14's gone high, and that'll allow David Wessel underneath him. And Parsons is going to be sent to the back. And he gets back in line.
You never really want to jump out and try to get that high side going in turn 1.
You never can, because there's a chance that it might not work. As we got some shuffling in the back between the 12 and the 48. And they keep it straight. Oh, Harris in the wall.
Oh, and the 12 in the wall.
Looks like Spencer is on pit road.
That 12 cars might lose the draft.
And so is the 16. And Harris has lost the main pack. And I'm looking on Michael Whitman's stream, and it looks like they only have 5 more laps of fuel, so they probably have 2 more stops before we hit the end of this thing. Got the 22 of Sebastian Padilla up high, getting back in line, dropping to the back. And from Tegan's view, it looks like they're soon to be coming up on the back marker of the 2 of Cameron Morris.
Tegan might have fallen asleep on the wheel. Put it on cruise control.
Yeah, if he were to fall asleep at the wheel, he probably would have ended up in the wall by now. But yeah, he has pretty much been on cruise control this entire stint. And all he has to really do is to protect that bottom, and if somebody behind you goes up high, you come up to block him. It looks like the
Pit injuries are going to be very interesting.
yeah, the 3 of Kevin Williams up high, he's going to drop to the back. Yeah, Kevin Williams has gotten back in line in front of the 22. Yeah, they really caught up to Cameron Morris here. And the car ahead of him is the 24 of James Iaconelli. And it looks like everyone is coming in. Oh, and Kevin Hall might have missed pit road. Yeah, he missed pit road. He's going full speed down there. Now he has to come all the way back around to make it stop. And I believe this is their second to last stop, but I could be sorely mistaken. And Ryan Parsons is the first one off. And the 37 and the 12 have made their way back to pit road. A tough break for Kevin Hall as he came down pit road with the leaders, but he was on the opposite side of the commitment line. So he had to come all the way back around. And that means that the 14 of Ryan Parsons has taken over the lead. But he is the only car out on track right now, as from second on back, you have that pack led by Michael Whitman. And with Tegan Jones behind him. So yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that they will catch back up to Ryan Parsons. Maybe even try and pass him.
Yeah, but from the looks of Mike's stream, Parsons is actually behind, I believe, the 13 of Sal Zavala, who is still in this race, even though it does not look like it. And yeah, as expected, Michael Whitman and the rest of the pack has gotten around Ryan Parsons. As we have 18 laps to go in the Daytona 500.
This is where things might get interesting now. You have Hendricks, Stuart Haas. I believe that is a 40. Yeah, that's a 43.
Yeah, Petty. So it is Petty and RCR.
And RCR. Let's see, is that the 24 car they're coming up on now? Yes.
Yes, it is the it is the 24 of James Iaconelli. He's on the verge of going a lap down. And so Michael Whitman is your leader, followed by Tegan Jones, Matt Connors, Kevin Williams, and Kamal Wright, your top 5.
Be interesting to see what the 4 Tegan's going to do.
Yep. Then you have David Wessel, Jared Haw, Anthony Peters, Michael Fox, and Sebastian Padilla, your top 10. And they have put the 24 of James Iaconelli a lap down.
But unfortunate for him, he was running pretty good.
Yeah, he was, but again, this is, his first full-time start, so he is, riding around and, gaining experience, and that's the important thing. As we got to move on the high side, as the 10 of Kamal Wright is side by side with Tegan Jones for second. He's got Wessel and Haw behind him. And now Tegan will make the move up high to reunite with his Stuart Haas teammates. Yeah, but Michael Whitman still has 4 Chevrolets down low.
Here we go. Whole lot of Fords on the outside, whole lot of Chevy on the inside.
And it looks like the Fords are going to get the better of them as Tegan Jones, Kamal Wright, David Wessel are going to zoom past Michael Whitman for the lead. But it looks like the Chevys on the bottom lane might start to claw back into it.
They're definitely outnumbering right now.
Yeah, and one of those Chevys is Jared Haw on the outside.
Oh, a little bit of a checkup between the 3, the 1.
Everyone keeps it straight. And now Jared Haw gets down low in front of his teammate. As we now have 14 laps to go.
We officially have 3 SHR cars in the top 3. Again. Now what they need to do is get that 88 underneath the 41. Oh!
Wait. Yeah, that's going to force Sebastian Padilla up high. And he drops back in line behind Ryan Parsons. I believe they still have to make one more stop. They're coming up on 12 laps to go.
Oh. just can't keep it together back there. If they were to stick together and get that high side going.
Oh, and as you say that, the two of the Chevys, the 200 cars are trying to make a move up high, and now all the Chevys are going to join them up high.
There we go. A little bit of move. Oh, 88 taps the wall. 9 tucks back in.
And now the 88 tucks in front of him. That's going to cause a bit of a stack up.
Not enough momentum, I guess, to make that complete move.
But there is some space between the 88 and 41, so if they can suck up to him fast enough, then they might have some momentum up high.
A little bit of a slingshot action.
Oh, and as I say that, the 88, the 9, and the 43 are trying to make a move up high, but they just do not have enough momentum to make it work.
They need that 1 and 3 to stick with them.
And as they come to line, we have 10 laps to go.
I wonder when these drivers are going to make their stop.
Or maybe they're trying to save some fuel so that way they don't have to come in again.
I know a few drivers that are praying for a caution right now.
Yeah, definitely the guys in the back, and here we go again. 3 Chevrolets, but this time they're a little bit closer now.
Got some side drafting action going on.
9 to go.
14's catching up to his teammates, but they're tucking back in. 3 car leaving the 43 to fend for himself. Huh?
It looks like the inside line will still hold strong for now. A little bit of contact between the 88 and the 3. Eight laps to go.
Looks like the Force just had more cooperation, more teamwork.
Now it's a Stewart-Haas top 3. Now the 200 cars and the 43 of Matt Connors, like they're now in the back, but I mean they still have a chance to get up there, but they are running out of time. As the 14 of Ryan Parsons got forced up high. Moves to that. 7 laps to go. And as we said at the start of the show, Tegan Jones, the 3-time CFRL Cup Series champion, is looking to three-peat the CFRL Daytona 500 as he won it in 2022 and in 2023.
That is impressive.
And he's now almost 6 laps away from accomplishing that feat. But yeah, his teammates are, helping him out, but there comes a point when, all teamwork gets thrown out the window and it's every man for himself. We have 6 laps to go now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if the 10 car decides, well, enough is enough. It's time for me to win.
But of course, he may also try to stay behind Tegan and make sure he does get that 3-peat.
That would be some teamwork right there.
As we're coming off of turn 4 here. As we are coming to 5 laps to go, which can mean only one thing No more cautions. So whatever happens on track, happens on track. From this point forward.
As a driver, you either love that or you hate that.
Probably a combination of both.
Yep.
Yeah, but if I were Tegan Jones in this situation, I wouldn't want a caution. I would want this to stay green all the way to the end. But again, if you do get a caution with everyone second on back involved in a wreck, that would pretty much guarantee you win this Daytona 500 for a third straight year. Four laps to go. And they're coming up on lap traffic. Got two of the Penske cars of the 2 of Cameron Morris and the 12 of Joshua Harris that they're coming up on. The 10 still glued to Tegan's back bumper.
I guess a second place finish guaranteed is better than a gamble.
3 laps to go. Yeah, we got trouble in the back. Jared Haw around. And that's going to collect the 22 of Sebastian Padilla. No more cautions. They get around the 2 Penske cars. Oh, contact between the 1 and the 3.
They're going to have to keep it together here to make a move.
And they're going to lap Bradley.
Bradley.
2 laps to go. Oh, Bradley's around. Oh, we got a huge wreck in the back. The 14, the 42, the 43.
Honestly, if I'm lap traffic, I'm staying up high out of the way. I'm not quite sure what call that was staying down low.
Lap and a half to go. Oh boy, this is gonna... Yeah, this is already an intense finish. With that wreck that just happened and the wreck lap before that. But now, coming off of turn 4, they're gonna take the white flag this time. White flag in the win. 1 more lap to go. Tegan Jones looking for a three-peat. And he's hoping and praying that nobody makes a move behind him. A little bit of contact between the 1 and the 9, and that's going to force Michael Whitman down into the grass. But here comes Kamal Wright on the high side. Yeah, but David Wessel stays behind Tegan. Coming down the front stretch, the 4 is a 3-time Daytona 500 winner. Tegan Jones wins it.
We got the 41 in second place.
And he has done it. Tegan Jones has achieved the CFRL Daytona 500 three-peat.
That is impressive. 3 times. Most drivers enter a curse where they don't even win it more than once, or at all.
And of course, nobody in the real world has won the Daytona 500 for 3 years in a row. So for Tegan to do it in the virtual world, like, that definitely deserves some praise. And so we got Tegan Jones the winner, David Wessel second, Kevin Williams third.
That's some Hall of Fame performance.
Kamal Wright fourth, Anthony Peters fifth, Michael Whitman sixth, Matt Connors seventh, Ryan Parsons eighth, Sebastian Padilla ninth, and Jared Haw in 10th. That is your top 10.
Oh, was interesting. Once I saw those SHR cars stick together, it was done for.
And we are going to go ahead and get our race winner in here, Mr. Tegan Jones. And Michael Fox with the fastest lap of the race. And let's go ahead and get Tegan in here.
Let's see if we can get Tegan in here already.
I did invite him in.
There's
Yeah,
the man at
and
the hour, I believe.
I was about to say, there he is, the man of the hour. Tegan Jones, you have done it. You have achieved the Daytona 500 three-peat. Talk about the plan and how it was executed.
There was no plan. Like, we discussed strategy and stuff, but like literally no strategy was became available, just because we all had to pit right when the window opened. So it just come down to good teamwork. I've got to give it to Kamal and the 41 car, Wessel. When they got that run, they got it really quick on me. I thought I was going to be hosed on getting with them, and then it kind of stalled out enough to where I could cut up in front of it, and that was the difference maker. And then you know Mike was giving warnings not to push the high line like they were, and I understand, but they set themselves up for an opportunity as well to get it back on us. They just didn't have the help. People were bailing out, I guess. So I've got to hand that one to like last year. I felt like I had to earn it because we had a lot of last lap stuff going on. The year before, I don't remember what happened, to be honest. And then this year, it just felt like it was teamwork. Like when the outside line got a run on us, we just stuck together. The 22 and the 14 kind of left them hanging like they should. Hopefully, it's not a team order, but I'm glad they did it, and they went with us to kind of break up the high line's momentum. I thought I wasn't going to win it. I was prepared not to win this race tonight, especially there at the end when I knew the 41 and the 10 were behind me because they're really good at plate races. The 10 he's owed one from Daytona a couple times now because of my bumper. So I figured that Wessel would go with him, and I think Wessel was going to, but he could tell that the 3 car wasn't going to go up there with him, and that basically the 3 car was going to get second if he didn't take the move himself. So I can understand the move he made and why he made it. I'm just glad a Stuart Haas car got the win, let alone a Ford. So that's good to see. And I know this race is going to get a lot of shit because it was kind of a shit show to get started and then a shit show during the beginning, but it kind of shaped up to be a decent race at the end. Just with a lot of single file runs, just waiting to everybody to make their moves and stuff to make it at the right time, and I guess we made ours.
You guys definitely made it entertaining for us. It wasn't a shit show. What was going through your mind when you saw your 2 teammates behind you right at the end? Did you think they were going to make a move on you? Did you think they were going to stick with you?
So the thing is, after we made that pit stop, the last one on the green, I muted my mic and forgot. Like, I was talking all the way till about 7 laps to go, maybe, and didn't realize. Like, I realized nobody was answering me, so I looked in my corner of my eye and I realized my mic was up. I'm like, fuck. And so I put it back down, and I told them that I don't care if I don't win this race. I just want it to come down to us 3. Let's not fuck around each other and give this race away from the Stuart Haas cars. That's all I asked. And I think they understood that because they made their move on the last lap. To be honest, it probably still turned out pretty good for all of us because of the fact that I think there was a lot of fuckery going right behind us, behind the 3 car maybe. So that kind of helped us guarantee that one of us was going to win it because nobody else had some momentum because I don't know what's going on with the one car or whatever, but there seemed to be some pissed off people behind us.
Yeah.
Now, of course, and I do have to kind of ask this, but David Wessel, the man who took you out of the championship race in Las Vegas, is the one who pushes you to the Daytona 500 win. Do you think that bridge, as far as what happened in Vegas is concerned, has been crossed, and you're like, okay, let's just focus on this race and get this win?
Fuck no, no, I'm joking. That bridge was never in trouble. It was pretty much repaired the next night. We talked. He texted me that night. We texted a little bit anyway, and then we got online the next night and chatted for a bit. So I mean, that. To be honest, even during this whole race, that was never in my mind until y'all mentioned it. So it's really never in my mindset. It's funny that you mentioned that because I did mention to him during the off season when we signed him. Well, we signed him before the incident, but I did tell him that he owed me a Daytona 500 now, and he didn't take that seriously because he wants it to, which is fine. But it's kind of funny that that he did go with me there at the end. But like I said, he only went with me because he knew that he was going to get hosed out of a top three run. The high line was not going to work with him in it regardless, so he just took second.
Yeah, and I believe it was the first podcast episode after the championship race at Las Vegas where you kind of said, Wessel, he owes me a Daytona 500, technically.
I'm glad, Ron, that I can't remember like a couple weeks ago pod wise, so I'm glad you remember that. That's why
He has
we
a good
pay you the
memory.
big bucks.
He
Yeah,
has a really
it's
good
a good
memory.
memory.
Wait,
So
pay me,
that's
wait,
like
pay me the
joining
big
news.
bucks. Pay me the big bucks. I don't get paid at all.
I've got dick pics waiting on you.
Hey, that's a little bit too much for my taste.
Jesus. Well,
But
Tegan, thank you for keeping
yeah, Tegan,
SHR
yeah,
alive, competitive. Thank you for making this show entertaining, and good job on winning their third Daytona 500 in a row.
Thanks, guys, and thanks for doing the commentating tonight with Harp and stuff like that. I know
Thank
um,
you for having my
it, it,
awkward
it
ass here. I appreciate it.
it's very hard for one person to do it. Even though I think Harp can, it's just better when you can bounce off someone. So I'm glad you joined us, and maybe you'll come back and join us for more.
Anytime.
yeah, of course,
Thanks, guys.
and we'll see you next week at Atlanta or Phoenix. My bad. We were talking about
Phoenix,
Atlanta.
yeah,
We were
yeah,
talking about
yeah. I
Atlanta
heard.
earlier at the start. So,
Yeah, we were having
so
issues with getting Larby started. It was mostly me, so Mike will probably tell you I rigged it because I put it up to 29 people. Because we had that issue twice, actually. I kept doing 20 because it's defaulted for 20, and we had more than 20, so uh, there is that. And I'm going to go ahead and leave, so it's good talking to you guys.
Absolutely.
yeah, of course.
Good job. So now we have Mike Man joining us for his interview.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Mike. How you feeling?
Feeling okay. Frustrated,
Nah.
but good points today.
Yeah, it is a very good point, Stan. You bring it home in six, and you did try working with your fellow Chevy teammates, as I would say, on the high line to get something working, but it ultimately wasn't meant to be. So, did you what was your plan, going into the final few laps?
Well, I was begging and pleasing for nobody to work with the 10 and the 41 because I knew that if they got enough momentum, the 4 was going to go up with them, and then those 3 were going to take the lead, and
Yeah.
people still went with them anyway. And what happened? They take the top 3, and then one of them wins. So by that move, anybody that went with them really kind of took their chance away. I understand, sometimes you get caught in that lane. Some people get in behind you, and Tegan pulls up, and you got nowhere to go. So I understand that. But, SHR has been top notch the past 2 or 3 seasons on these tracks. So you've got to, do what you can to stop them. And clearly some people, haven't learned that you've got to work with just everybody else around you to stop them from winning. It's a bunch of respect to them for what they've been able to do, and Tegan to win, a lot of people say this race is a crapshoot. It's a super speedway, but Tegan has found himself at the front of it the last 3 years. So that's a lot of credit to him and the team that he's built and the communication they have. So just got to be better. Hopefully we can have better communication next time we come to one of these tracks and try not to let them have it so easy.
Yeah. So I was watching you guys' coordination. In the beginning of the race, it looks like you guys kind of had a pattern. You guys were actually helping each other. At the end, it looked like a few selfish drivers just didn't want to go with you there. What's one advice for any of the drivers actually listening that you can actually give to them that they can stick by to actually win plate races?
Don't push a Ford. They've won, I don't know how many in a row. I mean, they won all of them last year. The year before, they won about all of them. So
Well, you heard it here first. Don't push it forward.
don't push one of them because, if you let them get in front, they've had control. They won all 4 of them last year. Tegan won both Daytonas, and then Harrison Ryan won those
Of course, yeah.
those Talladega races. And the Harrison Ryan wins, those were the guys that were like earmarked by that group to win that race. And they have so much control in that race. They're so good at it that they were able to get the guys that they wanted to win. And that's not easy. If Chevrolet went in there and said, all right, we want Mike to win, it is very likely that it wouldn't happen. But it's a real testament to those guys, what they can do.
Coordination, yeah.
Absolutely. They just have a lot of really good super speedway races. First of all, there's a lot. There's a lot of talent in that camp. Just hurts when people on the Chevy side, go up with them and
yeah.
Whenever we were trying to charge up our run, I was all in on JB, pushing him. But a couple of our Chevy guys just were okay to settle for 4th or 5th, and left us out and.
Yeah.
So not easy when you're not working cohesively with some. Now, granted, they're not my teammates, but you'd think they'd have enough sense to maybe work with some of us.
Now, what is your plan of attack in order to defend your championship?
Well, it was a good start to the season. I haven't won a super speedway in the Cup Series, so going into today, my goal was just to get good points, and I think in all the stages and the race finish, I was top 5 or 6 in all of them. So that's definitely a plus. With our points from the shootout, I think we'll be somewhere top 5 in points, which is good heading out of Daytona. My plan is just to limit pit road mistakes. I feel like that's really what kind of held me back last season from breaking through on a couple instances, and really just maintain the consistency I showed in the playoffs last year. I felt like towards the end of last season, I was driving as good as I ever have been. So it's just really about maintaining that level of consistency and trying to be fast every week when we show up.
Well, I guess you can use the blue ovals as a target practice, judging by what you were saying. So, Mike, thanks for joining us. And
it's not. Before I get out of here, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't. As I said, it's all respect to those guys because I want to beat them because they are so good at this. So everybody's got to get on the same page. Thank you guys.
I see it.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week at
Absolutely.
Phoenix.
Thank you guys. See ya.
I believe that was our last interview of the night.
Well, I believe we can do one more, and that is the guy who finished in second place, that being David Wessel.
Oh, Wessel has enough time for us. That's great. Let's get him in here. Let me see.
And I have sent the invite out to him.
It's going to be interesting to see how Mike races the next race. So he sounds like he has. Oh, and
yeah.
Now we have.
And there he is, David Wessel, very strong runner-up finish in the Daytona 500. How did it feel seeing one of your teammates win the 500?
I fucking hate this shit, man. I have finished second to Tegan in the Daytona 500 3 fucking times. Three.
That was the most.
I'm pretty sure every Daytona 500 he has won, I've been in second behind him, or Last year, I think I was second, but I think I ended up dropping back to like fourth or something like
Yeah.
that.
Wessel, I can relate to that. I finished second to him a few times, but what's your strategy on how to not let that happen? I was telling Darth that I see the 41 has to make a move. He has to make a move. He cannot let his teammate just win.
Yeah, so when you're sitting in third, there's unless you got help behind you, there's not a whole
Not
lot that
much you can
you
do.
can really
Yeah.
do there. I had KLW behind me, and he kind of made it a point very early on in that race that he was bottom feeding. Like I don't think he got off the double yellow line that entire race, except for like to go around a slow car on the bottom. And so whenever they made the move there on that backstretch on the last lap, I was gonna go with Kamal, but the 10 car was making a run down there on the bottom. So I thought quickly that my best decision was to jump back to the bottom and see if I could get a run coming out of turn 4. But Kamal was still holding on to the outside, so I just wasn't able to make a move.
Well, I can see we already have a candidate for interview of the year if that becomes an award
Yeah.
category next season. But one more question before I let you go. And I did ask this to Tegan when we had him in here, but do you think this kind of makes up for what happened in the championship race at Las Vegas? Especially now that
I
Tegan is your teammate?
I think the championship race makes up for the previous 2 years that I've pushed him to the 500. We're still not even. Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, well, again, a very early candidate for interview of the year, and Wessel, I know
Yeah,
it was
Wessel.
kind of hard finishing second and behind a Tegan for according to you the third year in a row, but it is still a very strong points day for you combined with the points that you got from winning the shootout. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week at Phoenix.
Yeah, you wanna spice your take?
Oh,
Sure.
well,
Give me your
if you
answers.
would like to give it.
All right. So, the Chevys were very understandably angry the entire race. I get that. Um, it seemed like some of the affiliates weren't like really willing to work with Hendrick, and they were getting very upset about that. And I love Bradley. Consider him a good friend of mine. I don't exactly know what happened at the end of that race with like
Mm,
2 to go.
hmm
Um, but it's not a great look for the league.
Yeah.
Right.
For I don't know if he tried to go down. On my screen, he was still half up on the track, and I understand that people need to be aware of what's going on there. But I'm not mad at him for like leaving the bottom and us having to go up to the top. That's fine. Um, but it kind of killed the entire second half of the field. Um, I don't think it was on purpose. I don't think Bradley's that kind of a person.
No.
But I mean, that's not a good look for the president of the league to be
Yeah.
doing that.
I've raced with him
Um,
a few times, and he's been pretty clean for a
like
month. I don't think it
Bradley's
was
clean. I know
intentional.
Bradley's clean, and I
Yeah.
do not think that he did that on purpose. I'm not gonna say that, but I don't know. That's something that can't happen.
Well, let's hope we work on that
Yep.
and we stay clean. It was a good race. You did amazing.
Yep.
Had an amazingly fast car. Good job.
All right,
Yeah,
man,
and,
y'all have a
yeah,
good
and
one.
thank you for joining us, Wessel, and we'll see you next week at Phoenix.
I believe that wraps up this
Yep.
2024 Daytona.
Yep, that's right. And yeah, very interesting words from David Wessel there.
Yeah, he seemed quite not upset, but more disappointed, and that kind of hurts me more. It's that scenario where it's like I'm not mad, I'm more disappointed.
Yeah, and he does, have the right to, to say what he said, and
Of course, yeah.
yeah, of course. And we're about to head on out of here. So, final thoughts for this race. What did you think?
Honestly, it was probably the most entertaining Daytona 500 that I've been a part of. Watching SHR, my former team, actually dominate again. I'm proud of them. My only last wish is for the Chevys to coordinate more. That's my last farewell message.
Yeah. Well, much like with plate racing in the real world, uh, sometimes you have to rely on drivers in your same manufacturer to work together. And in the closing laps of this race, it was definitely true for the Fords, as that allowed Tegan Jones to three-peat in the Daytona 500. So, JC, thank you for joining me tonight. Hopefully you can be back for a few more, but I'm
Anytime,
totally,
hopefully.
yeah, and I'm totally fine if it's either just me or somebody else still doing this next week. But
And it was really fun doing it with you. I'm glad it was me and you.
well, and I'm glad we had a lot of fun too, and I hope you all had fun watching it as much as we did commentating on it. It was a bit of a delayed start, and that could also be because we did start a little bit too early. So thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and share this with people you know, and we will see you next week at Phoenix International Raceway. A tropical climate of a different kind, this time the arid desert. And we will see you then.